Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of the spring break. I'm sitting on the floor right now. I just finished exercising, so I have my mat on the ground. But yeah, today's gonna be exciting. A little bit of a tight schedule. I have to leave in like an hour and a half. Or what time is it? 12:45. An hour and 15. An hour and 15. Me and two of my friends, closest friends from college, are hanging out in one of our friends' neighborhoods. We were there a couple weeks ago to celebrate one of our birthdays, and we were walking around her neighborhood and we were like, this is really cute. And it was like a flower shop slash coffee shop, and I've always wanted to like go to one of those, but I've never really like had the opportunity or really seen it in passing. And I really love my friend's neighborhood. It's like a busy area of New York City with lots of like restaurants and like cool, there's like even like a vintage store and like flower shops, but then it's also pretty quiet in the residential areas, and it just seems there's like, I don't know, it just seems like a really vibrant but also like cozy, just like vibrant neighborhood. And so I'm really excited. And so what I do have to do is I have to wash my hair, because if you guys watched the last vlog, I was supposed to do that last night but I didn't. I'm gonna do that, and then I do have my outfit planned out already, but I may have to iron the skirt that I'm gonna wear, but I don't know if I have time for that. Like, who has time for that? And then I actually have to prepare because we are like doing a Bible study together, and so I have to prepare for that. So I'll probably prioritize that and then grab a quick bite for lunch, like some leftovers. But yeah, so I need to wash my hair, grab a quick bite, potentially iron my skirt, and then prepare for the Bible study and then leave. It's gonna be like a 40-minute commute. I had to take 2 buses, but I've never taken the bus to our house before, like any public transit, so that will be a new experience. But yeah, this is gonna be really fun. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Do you want to be?
Yay! Vlogging a little bit.
Do you want to say hi to the video?
Guys, welcome to our channel. Subscribe.
Hey, doggy. Guys, I'm back. I'm so hyper right now because at the cafe I had a raspberry latte and some of like a Easter cookie, which had like Cadbury, like the Easter eggs in it, and like a matcha loaf. I didn't eat all of that. We shared it. I brought some home for my family, but I'm so hyper right now. Like, I need to hydrate. I need to calm down. I need to do some work so that the caffeine wears off and that I put it to good use. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. You notice how like fast I'm talking right now, but I'm like out of breath because I'm so hyper. But I think the Bible study went well. We studied John 1, like the first beginning part of John 1, and we were looking at how in Proverbs 8 which is like when wisdom calls out to the nations, how it like fits with Jesus being called like the word and the life and the light in John 1. And we just really saw how Psalm 8 talking about wisdom was basically talking about Jesus. And then we looked a little bit at like prophecies in the Old Testament in Malachi about John the Baptist coming. And then we looked lastly at like the part in John 1 where it's talking about how like Jesus came to his own but they didn't receive him. And so we looked at the parable of the sower in Matthew to like really read about like those who receive the word and Jesus and those who don't, and like why Jesus spoke in parables. But yeah, we were really talking about the main theme of what we were talking about was hearing from God and what keeps us from hearing from God. And then we like looked at like in John 1 how it talks about being born of God, and like how being born of God has nothing to do with like if your parents are Christian, or like it's a supernatural, like being born of God, being born again, being a child of God, and it comes from like believing in the power of the Holy Spirit. And yeah, the supernatural, like it's not by our will, or we can't like force it. It's literally from God, and that requires us to believe in the supernatural and the power of the Holy Spirit. But that's basically what we talked about. It was a pretty long study. We also like prayed with each other at the end, and then we really were like in the beginning talking about how all of us are doing spiritually, and then like just being excited to be on spring break as well. But yeah, and God's story, by the way, I was late to the Bible study. Like I was 10 to 15 minutes late because I had to take 2 buses to get there, and the first bus that I took was delayed. So as I was in the first bus waiting to get off at my stop, I saw the second bus I was supposed to take pass by because my first bus had been delayed. So I was like, that was my bus, I just missed it, so I'm gonna be late. And so I had to wait 10 minutes for the next bus, and then I was on the bus, and then I was standing in the bus, and this lady is like sitting in front of me, and she says, oh, I like your sweatshirt, which, you know, I love Jesus, right? And I kind of was like a little shocked, and we started talking, and I was like, do you follow Jesus? She was like, yes. I sat down next to her because the seat had opened up, and we started talking, and we were just like, oh, I asked her about like how long she's been following Jesus. We exchanged numbers. That was pretty crazy. And then we actually texted each other a little bit after that. So that was my bus. You know, I didn't think it was my bus, and a lot of God's story, like that was my bus, and God planned it that way. I was 10 to 15 minutes late, but I was supposed to be on that bus, and I told her about that on text. Like I wasn't even supposed to be on that bus. I've been struggling spiritually a lot over the past couple months, especially since I started college, and they're just such a blessing, and doing Bible study with them really pushes me. And yeah, I've been feeling pretty lost spiritually, and lost about like my own relationship with Jesus. I've been struggling with a lot of legalism, and just, you know, a lot of guilt and shame over like sin, and feeling pretty distant from God, and struggling to read my Bible and pray. So yeah, they helped me push through this season, and yeah, I'm really having trouble like picking up the pieces, I guess. I kind of left a church earlier in the beginning of the year, a church that was like, there was a church family there, and I was really close to the people there, but I really had to leave just because I felt like I was like spiritually dying there, and that really, it was the right decision, and it was a decision that God wanted me to make, and it was the right thing. But now I'm kind of like picking up the pieces and feeling spiritually kind of lost. But yeah, I had to pick up the pieces and continue and just get back to just focusing on knowing Jesus for myself. Yeah, and so yeah, I think this is something that a lot of Christians struggle with too, I think, right? Legalism and feeling guilt and shame and struggling with cycles of sin. And so yeah, I want to be real. Like I'm being real. Like I'm not spiritually in a great place right now, but I know that God at the end of the season will make me stronger, and that I need to continue to trust in him, and he is like doing things, and he's put a good community around me. Yeah, so that's me being real. I am excited for tomorrow. My best friend, we switched the dates around if you watched the earlier vlog. My best friend is gonna come tomorrow because I'm cooking dinner for my family tomorrow, and I cook dinner for my family every week. Like me and my older sister, we cook once a week for our family, and I have to go shopping tomorrow at the supermarket. I'm thinking of making like Mexican food, like maybe ground beef, or American Mexican food, ground beef, scrambled eggs, some baked like cubed potatoes, maybe making some pico, buying some shredded lettuce. We have cheese already, and then buying like tortillas, and then like maybe just making that. But I don't know, we'll see. So I do have to plan that out, and like the recipe, like not the recipe, but like the ingredient list that I need to buy, what I want to cook. But yeah, and then I also I'm gonna do some work because I have all this energy in me. But I don't know, maybe I'll also just read my Bible. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Hey guys, we're back. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because it's 1 a.m. in the morning and I'm a teensy bit scared that my parents are gonna come up to my, like, me and my sister's floor and be like, why are you not sleeping? I'm the only one, I think, awake. I don't know. Probably not the only one awake, but the only one not in bed on this floor. So I ended up, after I finished the last clip, I ended up praying and like prayer journaling while listening to worship music and then doing kind of some worship and prayer. And I did that, I don't know how long I did that for, but I had like a full page of a journal of prayer. And I haven't done that in a really long time. And I just been struggling to pray for so long. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, prayer journaling, praying, even if I would pray, it just felt like really empty, or like I just didn't feel like I was talking to God as my friend or even like my father. It was rough, and so I'm pretty happy. Like, I'm really happy, and I was just praying, like prayer journaling, and it just was genuine, and I did feel like just hope, you know, and like victory over. Guys, this is a distraction. Hopefully you can still hear me. That's ridiculous. I think it's just firing up, so that's why it's making this much noise. But yeah, that was really encouraging, and I was just like praying, and I'm just looking over what I was praying. I'm not gonna share like obviously the details, but yeah, it just took on like a really victorious kind of like claiming victory in Jesus. And so I kind of realized that maybe I was like, part of the reason I've been struggling is that I've been struggling probably with like self-pity and just like wallowing in guilt and shame and just not getting up, like, and just getting up and starting again, confessing, repenting, and then moving on. So that was really good. I did want to read my Bible, and maybe I think I'm gonna do that now. I don't know, it's really late. It's like 1 a.m. I'm in my pajamas. I did want to send an email and schedule it to send and for the person to receive it early in the morning. And then I already planned tomorrow's dinner. Maybe I should read it like a chapter and journal on it. I'm looking at my laptop, like what else I have to do. I just feel really awake. So, I don't know. And yeah, also I started crying. Like, I was looking on Instagram, and because it's, you know, almost Easter, and today's Thursday, so today is the night of the Last Supper and the Garden of Gethsemane. And I just saw so many. I purposely went to Instagram to like look for reels about like Jesus, because I don't know, a lot of it encourages me a lot most of the time, and it didn't click in my head that today it was like Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples, and like how he washed their feet and like threw them a feast, even though they would like run away and not, you know, and abandon him basically before the crucifixion. I started crying so much, like, yeah, I really felt touched. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna send an email. I don't really have anywhere to set up my phone, like my camera, so you guys are probably gonna I'm gonna end the vlog here, and thank you for joining me today. It was really great. I'm really excited for tomorrow. There's some like spontaneous plans that were made tonight for tomorrow, so tune back for spring break, day 3. But yeah, peace out.